G'day legends, Black Friday deals are upon us, and there's one that I want to talk about from Safai Pedals. Now, I've talked about Safai Pedals a bunch of times on this channel, and that's because I really like their plugins and I like using them when I want to give my mixes a bit more of a creative edge. They just make really fun, really vibey plugins that just add a lot of interest to your mix. So the deal that they're running right now is their everything bundle is $99, and that includes all 15 of their plugins. So that's less than $10 a plugin, which is an absolute bargain. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of Safai Pedals plugins, what they can do, what they sound like, and why I like to use them. And then if you think that sounds cool and you want to grab this deal for yourself, there's a link in the description below to where you can go and grab this awesome offer. So let's get into it. All right, the first one I want to show you is Rabbit Tape. This is just an awesome tape machine plugin. You can get some really cool gritty sounds out of it. So check this out on the drum bus. So super vibey, you can really warm a sound up, but also add a bit of grit to it. So sticking with the drums, this one is Rhino Reverb. Now check out how cool this sounds on the side stick. So this is a vintage reverb amplifier from the 70s. It just sounds super cool. Time Machine's a bit of a fun one as it implements like an EQ curve over whatever you put it on that sounds like the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. So check this out. Just a really quick way of adding a vibe to your track, and the 50 setting's really cool if you want to put more of a filtered sound over the track. Cobra Fuzz, you can absolutely smash a sound with fuzzy distortion, or you can just add a little bit of grit to it and add a bit of color and vibe. So check this out on the bass. So it can be a subtle bit of drive, or it can be really extreme and gritty. A little bit of dirt on the bass always helps make it stand out in the mix in a really nice way. Cobra Fuzz can also sound amazing on lead guitars that just need a little bit of extra life. So really cool, adding a bit of buzz to the sound. Really vibe that, sounds awesome. Yak Delay is a really cool ping pong style delay. You get some really wide, awesome sounds happening. Check this out on the lead guitar. Just really nice sounding. Dirty Dog is a really unique reverb. It adds drive and reverb together. You can have distortion before the reverb and distortion after the reverb. It's just an absolute beast. So check it out on this same lead guitar. Have a listen to what it sounds like when we bypass this. just adds a massive sense of space. It's a really awesome reverb. And then combining Dirty Dog and Yak Delay on this same lead guitar just sounds awesome. So much character and vibe. Dragon EQ is just a really nice 3-band EQ, but it also lets you add saturation to either of those bands, so you can drive the lows, mids, or the highs. I've got this on some rhythm guitars, just cut away some mids, add a little bit of lows and highs, but then I'm adding some saturation to the mid range as well. Just adding a bit of color to them. And then I just follow that up with the Fox Echo chorus, and I'm just using one of the presets. Safari pedals always have great presets to play around with. They give you a really good starting point and can give you a really creative edge as well. Just completely changes the vibe, makes it sound way more interesting. A little bit of chorus and then a little bit of that echo. Sounds awesome. Love that. Gorilla Drive is awesome if you just want to add a bit of extra dirt to a sound. It can be pretty subtle and just add a bit of warmth and texture to it, or you can crank it and make it absolutely overdrive, which sounds really cool, especially on like rocky, screamy vocals. This is a really cool tool. I'm using it on an electric guitar just to add a little bit of warmth to the sound. And then I'm following this up with the Camel Strip. This is basically a channel strip. Got some EQ, a bit of compression, and a little bit of spring reverb in there as well. Check this out. So we're adding a bit of saturation, a bit of color, not making it so clean and sterile sounding. Camel Strip sounds great on vocals as well, just a way of adding a little bit of EQ, compressing the vocals a bit more, just making them sit in the mix a little bit better.
Cigarette smoke stained on your skin, I feel you linger in your sense of familiar thing, I could tell you've been there.
So the vocal cuts through the mix a little bit nicer now. And then we've also got Flamingo Verb on Ascend. Check this out on the vocals.
Cigarette smoke stained on your skin, I feel you linger in your sense of familiar thing, I could tell you've been there. Mr. Way things were back then, do you remember?
Super cool reverb, love it on vocals, but you can also create some really cool stereo width out of it. So if you've got a mono sound that you need to make sound a little bit wider, you can do that with this. So check this out.
You're like a fever running through my veins, yeah, yeah.
And Line Master, this is a limiter. You can add a little bit of low frequency boost and high frequency boost to your signal, so you can brighten things up, make them a little bit fatter, add a little bit of input gain and drive it to get your track a little bit louder, saturation and width. So check it out. We'll bypass this off and on. The levels are matched with the auto gain button, so you should just hear the difference that it adds. Sounds awesome. Out Control is a compressor with 4 different modes in it: smooth, pump, lo-fi, and mix bus. I'm going to show you on parallel compression with the drums, and I've just used a preset here called Drums Parallel Heaven. This sounds really cool. Love that. Sounds super big and gritty. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like when we blend it with the kit and then take it in and out. Does the parallel compression thing really nicely. And of course, we have to mention the Hawk phaser. I love this, it's super fun. Check it out on this little lead guitar. Just really cool vibe, and that is just a preset called Sampling Magic. And I'm following this up with Bug Reverb, which is a really cool lo-fi effect. So we've got it on the spring reverb, pushing that in a fair bit of lo-fi, which adds a bit of darkness and grit to the sound, and then some compression as well. Check this out. Super vibey stuff. So there you go, guys. That is a taste of what you can expect from the Safari Pedals Everything bundle. Obviously, you can go crazy with it. You can create really wild, awesome sounds. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to take advantage of this awesome deal, make sure you grab the Everything bundle for $99 using the link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support this channel, check out the link in the description below to my website. Go get yourself a sample pack or a mixing course. That's an awesome way of showing your support. If you want to check out my Trigger 2 sample pack, then check out this next video coming up.